I kind of have some stuff planned, don't know if I'm actually gonna do it or not.
To briefly address the elephant in the room, I haven't used this channel in 6 years. I'm back. Hi. So I was looking back at a few issues of the comic run to fill the void that's been there ever since it ended, and I was struck with a realization. In The Walking Dead, you have people of all different shapes, sizes, personalities, sexualities, ethnicities, stances on polygamy, but I don't recall there ever being a trans character. What's going on there? Did the walkers eat all the trans people? No one told me zombies were transphobic. Now, in all seriousness, if walkers didn't just target whoever they saw first, it would raise an interesting question if biases they had when they were alive still exist in their brain and still influence their decisions. But again, as far as we know, they're just hungry little guys. They grab at whatever they sense is closest. But another thing I thought about in a vaguely similar line of thought, you think about the group leaders at every step of the way, you begin to notice something very familiar. Outside of your occasional imposing black man, they're all white people. But I'm not so quick to say this is simply because of biases the creators may or may not have had when writing this. It's realistic. We see that even in a zombie apocalypse where the old systems are torn down, the new ones that rise are led mostly by white people, especially white men. For whatever reason, that stayed consistent. We should note that the apocalypse started much earlier this century. This isn't the world we live in now, where more people are strongly pushing for representation and leadership, especially because there are significantly less people, possibly as low as tens of thousands by this year in that world. So to further on the point from before, there is a non-zero chance that there aren't any trans people left, but more likely there are at least hundreds. But bear in mind, this is somehow a more dangerous world to come out in. With lawless lands and fewer people to hear you scream, if someone has a problem with you, they can throw you to the walkers and explain it away without much trouble. Another thing to remember is that, earlier on, the story takes place in the southern US, infamous for its conservative values. And later on, it moves to Virginia, a state that skewed red in presidential elections for 4 decades in recent history. And that only ended in 2008, 5 years after the apocalypse began for the comic universe. So along with the likelihood that most queer people of any kind wouldn't feel safe coming out in this apocalypse, these are places with a lot of Republican leadership. And most Republicans, as we should know, are white, with a bit more identifying as men as opposed to women who lean more Democratic. Now, if we circle back around to the leaders of the New World, we have white man, white man, white man, white man, white man, white man, black man, white woman, white man, white man, black man, white woman, white man, white woman, black man, white woman, black man, black woman. I probably forgot some people, but I think the picture is pretty clear. 9 white men, 4 white women, 4 black men, and 1 black woman. But note that only 3 of those black leaders lead communities, of which 2 are barely seen in the run of the comics. Compare that to the white leaders, all more or less prominent characters, and all of the leaders are either white or black. When you look at it like this, the lack of representation is staggering. For reference, here's a picture of Congress. The point I'm getting at, in spite of the wake-up call of zombies on your lawn, nothing changed. Even after so many years living under one united government fighting for all people, that's still not the reality of what the nation is. It's just nice branding. Most of the world, billions of people dying, didn't have any impact on our culture. This is embodied in the last issue with the way people live life and the sorts of issues they deal with. The laws are unreasonable, there are a lot of bad actors, parents give their kids the stuff they didn't have growing up instead of the support. The next generation is being raised ignorant and ungrateful. Hold on. They should be. Look at the world Rick Grimes died for, where history is repeating itself. Even Carl is trying to raise his daughter, never having to see a glimpse of the horrors of his past. Michonne doesn't want anyone to know her as the katana-wielding fighter who took vengeance on the man who humiliated, imprisoned, and raped her. And if that man were alive today, he would be allowed to keep his zombie daughter and take her around in public, so long as she didn't hurt anyone. That's not the world after The Walking Dead. Remember Rick's famous line? We are The Walking Dead, and this is our world. So congratulations. We went through all that to get back the world we had before. Thank you for watching. Please like and share so the algorithm will love me. Don't judge the future of this channel off my 6-year-old videos. Subscribe if you want to see more, and comment anything you'd be interested in seeing. Peace.